Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by invocation by Vice Chairman Gurman. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the rain that we've had, and we just ask that you would continue to bless us with moisture and abundance in our community. We pray your presence over us this morning as we make decisions and as we work for the best for our community. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Good morning, everyone. The chair comments this morning is congratulations to Commissioner Mike Utes on his election as vice chairman of the Kansas Legislative Policy Group last weekend at the state meeting in Russell, Kansas. Congratulations, Vice Chairman Utes.
Thanks, Chair.
I have no other comments. The consent agenda, commissioners?
I'd make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Is there any other comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. This morning we have an opportunity to address the commissioners for public comment. Madam Clerk, did anybody register with you?
No, sir.
Anyone here present wish to address the commission? Hearing none, we'll go on, and before we start our business items, everybody in the viewing public should note that sitting with us today is our new county administrator, Derek Ramos, and welcome aboard, sir. We will have interim administrator Gary Meager working this week as a consultant for the administrator, and I want to state publicly for everyone that's viewing and everyone here gathered, we want to commend Gary for his service to the community and to the commission and to the people of Finney County for a job very well done. And we will have a business appreciation luncheon and meet and greet so folks can get to know Derek better, and also to give thanks to Gary for his leadership during the period of time that he has come to aid us when we needed his services the most. Thank you, Gary. First on our agenda this morning is Resolution 30-2025, a tower setback on 145 South Farmland Road. Alicia, please announce for the viewing public.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Alicia Charles, Assistant Neighborhood and Development Services Director. What we're asking today is on behalf of the City of Garden City for a waiver from the tower setback requirements for the property located at approximately 145 South Farmland Road, also known as Lot 1, Block 1 of the Caroline subdivision. In order to create a lot line within the fall zone requirement, currently a 500-foot tower is located on the property, and the zoning regulations require towers to be set back from surrounding properties and public rights-of-way, a distance equal to half of the height of the tower. This would result in a 250-foot setback from the new lot line. The tower will be set back plus or minus 168.47 feet from the property line, leaving the remaining plus or minus 81.53 feet on the proposed Lot 1A. If the waiver is approved, the city will establish a no-build zone that will be shown on the plot, which no building, parking area, or other structure designed or used for human occupancy or regular human use may be constructed. The restriction will not apply to fences, utility infrastructure, or other structures not designed for human occupancy. The alternatives today are the Board of County Commissioners may approve the waiver, or the Board of County Commissioners may not approve the waiver. And staff recommends approval of the waiver.
Thank you. Commissioners, questions?
I do have a question, just testing my memory a little bit, Alicia. A waiver either comes here or the Board of Zoning Appeals, not both? Or are waivers always county?
Waivers would be county commission, a variance
A
would be the
variance. Okay.
board, yeah, the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Perfect, thank you.
Other questions, commissioners? Are there any other towers that are in proximity to this?
There is another tower on what would be proposed as Lot 1B. And to my knowledge, those are the only towers within that area. So further south, there is another tower.
And what's the height of this tower going to be?
Both towers are there. The second tower, the one that's further south, is only 260 feet. The one north is 500 feet.
Okay.
Are these cell towers or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking one of those towers initially maybe still does have, like, maybe, I'm not using the right word, but repeaters for law enforcement purposes for our radios too? Or is it just completely just cell towers now?
That I'm not 100% sure. The one that's further south was built more recently. This one that's 500 feet was built in 1992.
Because I was thinking that Snyder Radio or somebody put that up and that's where we put, so that we would have better coverage.
And that could be because it is Snyder's property.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions, commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the waiver.
Oh, second.
All right, the record reflects that Commissioner Basque has the second, and isn't this approval of Resolution 30-2025? And do we have that resolution? May I see it, please? On your motion, are you approving the resolution
30-2025, yes, sir.
in your second? So,
Correct.
does anybody wish to have the resolution read?
No.
It was in our packet. All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
We have the 2025 biennial bridge inspection with Kirkham Michael. Good morning.
Morning, Larry Brungart, Interim Road and Bridge Director. The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and approve a contract with Kirkham Michael to perform engineering services for the 2025 biannual bridge inspections. The county performs bridge inspections every odd year. Finney County has a total of 40 bridges that require the biennial inspections. This year's bridge inspections are due by the end of November of 2025. Kirkham Michael was contracted to perform the routine inspections during the past two cycles of 2021 and 2023. Prior to 2021, the bridge inspections were done in-house by the county engineer. The total cost of Kirkham Michael's proposal for the 2025 inspections is $5,568. Alternatives are the Board of County Commissioners may approve and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Kirkham Michael to perform the engineering services for the 2025 biennial bridge inspections. Number two, the Board of County Commissioners may not approve and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Kirkham Michael to perform the engineering services and the inspections. Staff recommendations are alternative one, approve and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Kirkham Michael to perform the engineering services for the 2025 biennial bridge inspections. Fiscal and policy impact contract for the routine 2025 inspections is in the lump sum of $5,568 proposed to be paid out of the Road and Bridge Fund.
Thank you. Before I open it up to the board, Mr. Meager, is there adequate cash and budgeted for this purpose?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Questions from the commission? Motion?
Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Kirk and Michael to perform engineering services for the 2025 biennial bridge inspection in the amount of $5,568.
Second.
Well-worded motion and second are before the board to approve this contract. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear with regard to 2025 Sewer District Number 3 delinquent accounts.
Good morning, everybody. My name is
Please
Mia.
introduce yourself for the viewing public.
My name is Mia. I'm from the County Clerk's Office, and I'll be discussing the 2025 Sewer District Number 3 delinquent accounts. I'm getting nervous, I'm sorry.
Well, don't be. Is there anything I can do to make you more at ease?
No, sorry, no.
I don't know that you told everybody your last name. Let's start with that.
My last name is Chitis, Mia Chitis.
Thank you. Now, proceed.
The Board of County Commissioners is asked to consider and certify to the County Clerk's accounts from Sewer District Number 3 as delinquent and request said accounts to be placed on the tax roll. The Clerk's Office annually reviews delinquent accounts for SD3. Users are billed on an annual basis. Bills were mailed on August 13th of 2025 and were due September 30th. The board may place any special maintenance tax or user charge as a lien upon the property against which the levy or service charge is made from the date the levy or sewer service charge becomes due. The alternatives, number 1, is to adopt Resolution 29, 2025, certifying to the county clerk that the accounts listed in Exhibit A are delinquent and authorizing that the current balances be placed on the 2025 tax roll for collection. Or 2, do not adopt Resolution 29, 2025 and direct staff to continue current collection attempts. The recommendation, staff recommends alternative 1, certifying to the county clerk that the accounts attached in Exhibit A are delinquent and authorizing the current balances to be placed on the 2025 tax roll for collection. The fiscal and policy impact, the user fees fund the district's operations. Failure to collect could impact the operations and/or maintenance of the system.
Questions for commissioners?
I'd like to move that we adopt Resolution 29-2025, certifying to the county clerk that the accounts listed in Exhibit A are delinquent and authorizing that the current balances be placed on the 2025 tax roll for collection.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt alternative number 1 as stated in the well-worded motion and second. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, everybody.
You did a great job.
Next, hear from the clerk, standing in for Cheyenne Wooster, our Communications and Engagement Coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. At the August 18th meeting, staff presented options for funding marketing efforts related to the ROZ, or Kansas Rural Opportunity Zone grant that Finney County received. The commission considered several alternatives at that meeting, and I think we ended up that the board would fund $2,500 of that, and with hopes of getting a matching $2,500. Since that meeting, the Garden City Area Chamber of Commerce has committed to partnering with Finney County to share the costs of that marketing campaign. So I want to thank them for that. Kara, I believe, prepared the memorandum of understanding that just formalizes that partnership. It speaks to the ownership and edits to the video and such. Today, we would ask that you approve the MOU and authorize the chairman to sign to enter into that MOU with the chamber. Or you could decline the MOU and have us readjust that, or have council readjust that. Or we can just postpone pending further action.
Questions for the clerk?
I know we had talked about approaching CVB. Did we do that at all, or did?
No, the chamber very quickly came back and said, hey, we want to do that. So they felt it, with their relationships with the businesses in town, that it made a lot of sense.
Okay.
Other questions, motion?
Mr. Chair, I recommend that, I move that we approve the MOU and authorize the chairman to sign to enter into the partnership with the chamber to jointly devise a marketing plan and promote the videos.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding between the county and the Garden City Area Chamber of Commerce on the ROZ video. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from architects on HMN submittal of deliverables for jail building. We have some paperwork. When I say paperwork, by the weight of your authority, Sean, you get a little bit of extra time this morning.
Good
Please
morning.
announce yourself for the viewing public.
I'm Sean Harding. I represent HMN Architects and the design consultants that we've been working with on the jail project. And today is kind of a formality in terms of we're presenting the commission our DD set. We tried to get that in on the last commission meeting, but your agenda was full. So what we've done is put together a kind of a pro forma specification that identifies materials and product that we're going to use in the project, and then a DD set that has the architects and our design consultants that we can employ at this time. We don't have civil engineers, and we don't have all of the stuff from the security electronics people, which are part of your package. So I told you guys it's going to be short and sweet.
Okay. Well, Sean, as you know, we have a vote coming up on this proposed 50-cent or half-cent sales tax, and cost of the jail has been a question for many people in the public. Do you have any ballpark figures that you could share with us as to your design build drawings and the approximate cost at this point in time, excluding acquisition, which we are still involved in?
When we were asked by Gary to put together a number, actually, I think it goes back to Robert Reese. We put together a number at that time that included escalation that would give us a November 6th type number. Actually, we projected that onto what we thought would be a contractor's setup date and mobilization date. So in essence, a bid day type number with escalation. And I think we're still very close to that. The number that our firm gave Robert and Gary is slightly different than what came out on the referendum, but not by much. So, and I would tell you that we're typically conservative on our numbers.
Very good. All right, that was my question, commissioners. All right, thanks for getting the plans, design drawings on time. Last spring, it was going to be by the end of September or early October. In my opinion, you're right on time, and yes, I'm the person that sets the agenda, and we were full last time. So, Sean, thanks for
Where would
making
you
it.
like your documents?
Well, I'm going to introduce you to your third administrator on this project. This is Mr. Derek Ramos, and he's our new administrator. He started today, Sean, and if you could stick around for the reception, we'd sure
I would
feed you
love to.
lunch and let everybody have a chance to visit with you about these design drawings and the presentation, and give Derek a chance to meet and greet, if you would, please.
Very
Gonna
good.
roll those outs?
We can roll those out. I'll set those over with Derek. He's got something now to carry around.
You have to remember Ramos.
Thank you. we'll go straight into staff reports, and Derek, you can defer to Gary, or you can give us your first administrator report. It's up to you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Derek Ramos, County Administrator. It's different saying that now than I'm used to. So I'm excited to be here. I'm very excited for this opportunity to work with all of you and work with the fine staff at the county. I kind of want to give you guys an update about my first 100 days and what I'm planning to do. I plan to go out and do tours of each of our departments, meet with our department heads and all of our staff, get to understand their frustrations, their strengths, what they're excited about, what they're not excited about, and understands our policies and procedures, and trying to get into the blood and guts of our organization and really understand how it works. So that's going to be my first 100 days of what I'm planning to do. One thing I did want to put a bug in the commission's ears is maybe setting up a fourth quarter joint meeting with the city. I know we have our sales tax bond issue coming November 4th. So sometime after that, whether it passes or it doesn't pass, we'll probably need to communicate clearly with the city as far as our intentions. So maybe if it's okay with you, reaching out to the city and setting up a joint meeting before the end of the year.
At the last joint meeting, we talked about using the President's Day in January with staff then.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yes, that's fine. I didn't know if we wanted to do something sooner after the election.
No, we were using January because of the President's Day and how it affects our schedule to be able to meet with them on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, if that's okay with the commission, yep.
But we can meet more if we have an agenda and a need.
I was just under the idea of trying to communicate clearly after that sales tax issue.
Very good.
Depending on the outcome of that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And Kelly, I believe, has some updates. Does Kelly want to come up?
I think there's 2 pages.
So this morning, good morning, Kelly Munyon, Finney County Human Resources. I was just given a quick update this morning and a reminder about our all-staff in-service, excuse me, next Monday down at the fairgrounds. So county offices will be closed. All the employees will meet down at the fairgrounds for this event. We'll kick off breakfast at 7:30. And our speakers for the day, I do have them there on that second page for you. And I've got a couple different agendas, if there's any that you wanted to come listen to. We do multiple agendas for the number of employees we have to kind of keep the numbers down in each session that we have. So you'll see that's two-sided. There's a couple different times that you could come see those speakers. So we'd love to have you down there. I do know that I believe Commissioner Schultz was going to do the invocation that day and welcome. And then Kevin Baskey is also going to give a welcome presentation. And then myself and usually the county administrator, if Derek would say a few words down there to the employees as well. So, but we'd love to have you kick off at 7:30 with breakfast, and then everything else is on the agenda there. We're excited for all the speakers that we secured this year. So, and thank you, Vicki, for the one name you gave us.
Questions from the commissioners to our Human Resource Director? Well, I can tell you that I'm excited to meet with all the employees and to have Derek there to have them put a face with a name and so forth. And personal relationships are very important, at least they are to me. And in my years here, I still apologize to county employees when I don't know their first name. And it's a task. So I'll be there to help Commissioner Vasquez get started, then he will address the employees at that time.
Okay.
Anything else, commissioners? Looking forward to the 5th Annual In-Service Day. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Anything else? Mr. Administrator?
That is it.
All right. We'll hear from the development update from Mackenzie Phillips.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Mackenzie Phillips, Development Administrative Coordinator. I just have a quick update for you this morning on Spear Acres. That will be on the October 16th Planning Commission, so this month's Planning Commission meeting. And you'll see it probably in one of the meetings in November, depending on when the development agreement will be completed. So, and then in your packet also, I have some updated aerials for Western Kansas Corridor in there that the GIS department did fly for us in the previous weeks. So, any questions for me?
No, thank you for the updated information. And one of the burrs in my saddle is the process on the grant that we received for the improvements on Acroway. Can you give the commission an update as to where our progress is or isn't with regard to that grant?
Yeah, so that project got stalled for a while due to KDOT's processes. So they actually were wanting us to redesign the entrance area. So we had to go through the process of explaining why we chose the layout that we did. And they are going to grant a variance for that, but that took a while to present the materials to them to show them that we did consider other alternatives before coming to the conclusion of the proposal that we submitted. And so right now we're waiting to hear on from them just to get the actual variance granted. So they said verbally that they were going to be granting the variance. We just haven't gotten an official letter or anything like that. And then we're also waiting for them to approve the final transportation study. So because we were waiting on that with KDOT, we didn't know if we were going to need to do additional right-of-way, so we had to, that also stalled that process. So right now that we know that this is the design that's moving forward, we have the right-of-way outlined of what we need to acquire, right-of-way in easements. So we have started that process as well. We've found an outside appraisal company that is going to be doing some of the appraisals for our larger acquisitions. So they are working on that right now and should have it to us. The proposed date right now for them to give us the final appraisals is in the end of October.
Very good. Other questions, commissioners? Well, I want to go full speed ahead on the Acroway project, and hopefully folks will come around, but if not, we'll do it the hard way. And
Okay.
Mackenzie, stay on top of that. If you need some help, let all of us know how we can help. And would like to see that project moving. And the one thing is that from this person's perspective, is I want to make sure that we're not up against any deadlines on the expiration of the grant. If there is an expiration date, we know about it, and make sure that we're doing what we can to ask for extensions or whatever we need to do in order to keep the grant.
We have had conversations with the division of KDOT that did grant us the grant because October was supposed to be the letting date for this project, and they said that that was the early letting date for the project so that we could go past that and that they would work with us on that. So we have had those conversations. So.
All right, very good. Other questions, commissioners? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
On our agenda is our upcoming meetings and schedule of events. On our community calendar, anything new, Madam Clerk?
I don't know if there's anything new, but I would point out that the registration deadline for voting is coming up October 14th. So very important, if somebody wants to vote in this upcoming election, they would need to be registered, and that has to be done by the 14th. In addition to that, I did include a schedule for early voting in your packet. And that just has the dates and times for early voting. Gabby, on the next page.
All right, and help me out. I think some of the most common reasons why you need to re-register is that if you move since the last election.
Yes, if you move or if your name has changed, it's important to get updated. That wouldn't, depending on where you move from, it could cause a problem in your eligibility to vote.
Right, so So I would think it just, if you've moved, changed your name, generally that involves getting married, and, or court order, change your name, you need to re-register right away. And all of your persons that have turned or will be 18 as of election day can register now.
Yes, yes.
So those people need to be registered, including all of our students that may be watching in a government class today. Make sure that if you're going to be 18 by the November election date on November 4th, that you get to the clerk's office or go online and get registered. There's a brochure that informational brochure that we had that had a QR code on it for registration.
Yes.
And is that something that we have published online at our website by any chance?
Yes, the links to that are on the website. We also have a voting hub, and we've included that on that page as well.
Excellent, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions for the clerk? All right, very good. We will go then to commissioners' reports, and as always, we'll start with senior to my right.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Had several things attended. First of all, I went to a reception for Dan Hawkins at Representative Lewis's house. Dan's term limited out as Speaker of the House, and so he's in turn, since he's in the insurance, that's his primary field is insurance, he's going to run for insurance commissioner. And so it's interesting, his approach to what we need to do in the state. And so also attended the construction deal on Hutton, on our building up there. And we have another meeting tomorrow morning at 10. So if somebody's interested in taking my place, I'll loan my hard hat to them because I'm going to be on an airplane tomorrow morning and won't be there.
Well, hope it's somewhere fun that you're going, and let's look at calendar tomorrow because tomorrow is a pretty full day. Your meeting's at 10?
10 at the site. And you get a little walkthrough. I think they're in the progress of starting the application of the roofing material, and it's interesting. It's a poured concrete composite type roof that they're putting on the building, and the Hutton people are doing a great job.
I don't have overshoes and buckled overshoes.
You don't need buckled overshoes, just a hard hat to protect your noggin.
Well, they'll provide one.
They'll have one for you.
I will attend that for you, and I have the hard hat already from the groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking, good.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
And, if you'd like any company, I would like to see how we're doing.
Okay.
Can I join you?
Yes, you can.
All right. Very
Yeah, the construction trailer's right there on the east side of the project.
All right.
So, and then also had the honor of attending KLPG in Russell. And as you've already announced, that Commissioner Utes was elected vice chairman of KLPG. We had several good speakers. One of them was Troy Waymaster, the chairman of the Appropriations Committee. And it's quite interesting to listening to him talk about the state completely changed their budgeting system last year. In the past, they've always waited on the governor to present her budget before they started work. And so they spent a lot of time in committees not getting to get started until they waited on the governor. And so last year they developed their own budgets. And so when they started the session, everybody could be up to speed and going. Then they worked the two budgets together, and they're going to do the same thing again this year. He did say they have ran into some hiccups, but they're going to rectify them. It's quite interesting to listen to him talk about the state budget. And he said, let's see if I got my notes here right. 15 counties control 73% of the vote in the state of Kansas. And we're not one of the 15. So it's interesting, you know, that he also stated that 50% of the budget goes to K-12, and that's a court-ordered amount. And so they work with those premises and lots of other premises, but it's quite the process. So if you have real concerns about the state budget, now is be the time to be contacting your state legislator representatives. Also had comments from Reed Petty, and he works for Senator Moran, and he was talking about Medicare requirements and the way they've changed things a little bit on Medicare. And then had a presentation from PVD from Lynn Kent. I can't remember if that's right, I think. And so lots of information, and the KLPG will start their weekly calls in the mornings. Normally they're about 7 o'clock, so you can listen to them for 30 minutes or so. They usually don't run much longer than that. And they'll give you a quick update on what's going on in the legislature. And so I'm sure we'll all get emails on those and how to get on. But they're really good to listen to.
My question is that when you're the vice chairman the following year, is it usually the policy of KLPG that person then becomes the president of the association?
That's correct.
We'll look
And they
forward
may
to
be
that.
president for numerous years.
Wonderful.
As Finney County is the one of the larger contributors to KLPG, I think it's imperative that we have a representative on the executive committee.
Well, it's your leadership that got us to that position, and our investment will pay off greatly when we need something from the legislature again. Last year, our sales tax bill didn't sail through the legislature, but KLPG was 100% supportive of our effort, as was the Kansas Association of Counties. And thank you, Commissioner Jones, for your time and service to KLPG.
Welcome.
Madam Vice Chair.
We did reschedule the riverbed cleanup date to November 15 rather than October due to circumstances beyond our control. Our next homeless encampment meeting is going to be October 21st, and that'll be in Classroom B at St. Catherine Hospital, so anybody who wants to attend that is welcome. I did attend, of course, the Finney County Economic Development Board meeting. I had my biometrics testing done. I don't know the results of that yet, but my husband and I both participated in that, so it was interesting to see that process. I also met with Bob Lewis and the Speaker of the House, Dan Hawkins. They had a lot of questions about our homeless encampment project that I've been working on, so it was good to talk to them about that. He asked if I had any other concerns. Of course, I did mention the revenue neutral rate that is kind of problematic for everybody, and he did agree with that. But he is running for insurance commissioner. And so I did talk to him a little bit about that as well, having experience in real estate and seeing what is happening with insurance rates and how it is, in a way, contributing to especially the elderly not being able to stay in their homes due to cost. And it is putting a burden on people buying and selling homes because of a lot of restrictions. So I did, voice my concerns about that.
His comments on the underwriters in the state, that underwrite the state of Kansas, was interesting. He said that the large underwriters, like we use Travelers, have said that Kansas is very difficult to do business in. They compare it's more like doing business in Illinois. And he says that's not a good comparison.
And why is that?
He does. That's one of the things he's going to look into.
Interesting. And then finally, I am participating tonight there's a couple of nights this month, actually, in the strategic planning process with the Garden City Community College. And that's all I have.
Wonderful, thank you. Commissioner Baskin?
I just attended a couple board meetings that I'm a member of. I have the fortunate honor of being on a committee that meets 1 month in Scott City and 1 month in Garden City, or the following month in Garden City, and then vice versa. And that is the Extension Board. The last meeting, I drove all the way to Scott City to find out that the meeting was in Garden City. So I drove back real quick and attended that meeting. And then I attended a meeting for Convention and Visitors Bureau. So those were and then the only other meeting that I attended was the meet and greet for the candidates up for election this year at the Clarion on Thursday evening, and had a little table set up to give information to anybody about the sales tax issue. I only had a few people that stopped by to visit, but some people were fairly informed about the issue, some weren't. And after some brief discussion with the project, I felt that everybody felt very comfortable with what we're asking the community to do. So anyway, I came away feeling really good about that.
Very good. Commissioner Utes?
Yes,
Or do I have to address you, Vice Chairman of KLPG?
that bus backed up, and I didn't hear that tone beep, but on the KLPG, first of all, commending Commissioner Jones, well-respected and represented Finney County very well, and it was very obvious that he did a great job in his tenure up there. So thank you, Commissioner Jones, for and to guide this young pup through those meetings. But at that meeting, as Representative Lewis was there, and he did comment the importance of looking at a bill to take care of the issues we're having in the riverbed. So that is still on the agenda. Reed Petty from Senator Moran's office, a good friend, also talked about the big, beautiful bill, the great pluses in it, and how the senator, although he voted for it, there was things in it he didn't like, but a majority of the things he supported and voted for it. We also had a representative from KDOT there that was very interesting, and some of the future things that KDOT are looking at. For the sheriff's office, you might look at, they do have a grant program for innovation technologies, which includes speed signs as well as drones, if the sheriff's office is in need of that. And I attended several presentations on the jail and LEC within the school district, at the high school, several of the elementary schools and intermediate schools. And I want to pass on our appreciation to the interim superintendent, Josh Guyman, for allowing us to do that. It was well received, great questions that were asked. And then I did not attend the Great Plains Development meeting last Friday due to the conflict, as I had several presentations in the schools. Commissioner Baskin and I also attended the Raftelis Organizational Scan Committee meeting. And what I believe it's going to be next commission meeting, they will present to us their report along with a timeline. The committee's recommendation is for the committee to continue to meet, especially with the timeline and the recommendations, and to meet with our county administrator, Ramos, so that we can make sure that, because there were a few things that weren't identified that we believe that we need to work with our county administrator on.
That's a major report, and we've spent some hard-earned tax money on it, and appreciate the committee, you and Commissioner Baskew's efforts on organizing that and continuing those efforts. That'll be good for us to see My report is my attendance at the Compass Behavioral Health meeting. Compass continues to employ 300-plus employees. Continued construction and remodeling of their new administrative building on Fulton. That was the old Red Line Motors. That's more than $1 million project of making that building useful and quite an improvement to Garden City. As we all know, September was Suicide Prevention Month, and we continue to have 24-hour-a-day coverage at Compass Behavioral Health for anybody who is in crisis. And the state of Kansas chose to reinstate, KDADS did, the 2-bed adult facility that we can use for crisis for adults. Of course, we have the Haven House for children in crisis here in Garden City, and 2 beds for both genders in Dodge City. And I think that the long and the short of this is that while the state of Kansas continues to lag behind providing mental health services in Southwest Kansas, we need to be very thankful that Compass, being a regional organization, provides those benefits to the 22 counties, which has expanded. We usually think of 17 counties as Southwest Kansas, but Compass is a little bit larger. We have 4 sheriffs that serve on that board. You might say, well, that's pretty heavy into law enforcement, but at the same time, law enforcement has the interactions with the persons that are in crisis many times, and we need to make sure that all of our first responders understand that. One of the leading efforts in the nation is to put mental health counselors to be available on the street with the EMTs and EMS, as well as the law enforcement first responders, to have an art approach to persons who are having mental health crises. And there'll be more information on that as it becomes available, and encourage our sheriff and police department to expand and work on the areas where mental health crises can be dealt with in a manner suitable to the health issue, unless there's been danger to themselves or others, as determined by appropriate law enforcement officer on the scene. A lot of different ways to handle things out on the street. Having more resources for our officers will provide a better and safe environment for both persons who may have committed offenses, and also for those persons that work for us and wear the shield and put themselves in danger every day. That's my report. We have a need for an executive session, Madam Attorney?
Yes, we do.
And the purpose of that is for,
Sorry, the microphone is giving me issues over here. Attorney-client matters.
all right, and who do you want in the meeting?
We'll need the board, myself, Mr. Meager, and County Administrator Ramos.
And how long?
I would say about 45 minutes for it. I don't know if you want to take a short break before you start that, or if you just want to go directly into it.
Well,
We have time because our next matter after this isn't till 11:30. So
very good. I think we should take a break and start the executive session at 9:30, if that's all right. And one motion will need to include the council, administrator, and Mr. Meager for a period of 45 minutes. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved to second to go into to executive session with the purpose being attorney-client privilege with the persons identified. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We'll be back in 45 minutes following 9:30. Motion to go back into regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I will confirm that no action was taken. Is there a need to extend our executive session?
Yes.
And for how long?
30 minutes, same individuals.
All right, motion?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to go into executive session with the same individuals for the same purpose, Madam Counselor?
Yes.
For additional 30 minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll be in executive session for 30 minutes. Senior, motion to go out of executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go out of executive session. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're in regular session. No action was taken. One of the issues that was discussed and been brought to our attention is the need for compensation for Gary Meager in the event that our new administrator has questions, and the ability to provide compensation for Mr. Meager for his service for a period of time, and no consensus could be reached, and that we're going to let Mr. Ramos, County Councilor, determine what the extent and amount of those should be, and to be charged to the administration budget if the need arises. I don't think we need a formal action of the commission until such time as the county councilor provides us some kind of agreement that has been reached. Will that work, Madam Councilor?
Yes.
All right. Our next business is, of course, our luncheon here this morning in the Carol Brown Conference Room. Our next scheduled commission meeting is October 20th at 8:30 a.m. with the 3rd, 17th in November and December the 1st for regular sessions. Is there anything else that we've missed, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
Any other commissioners have any other business before the commission? Motion to, well, all right, we'll have to operate without our senior commissioner. Okay, well, we'll get by without you this one time. And if no other business, senior, motion to adjourn, sir.
So moved.
Second, Vice Chairman.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, we're adjourned.